Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you my final thoughts and preview for the 2021 Grand National, and I'll be giving you my best bets for the big race on Saturday. Now, before I go into that, I should just say that this video is being brought to you by the Stake Shop. If you like your stakes, they're doing a great competition for the Grand National, where basically if you go on their website, you purchase an order, you could be in with a chance to win a full voucher for the price of the order that you just paid. So say, for example, you've done an order for 50 quid. It means that basically if you pick the Grand National winner, and your horse wins, you get a voucher for the full 50 quid that you just paid for next time when you visit the Stake Shop. So it sounds like a good deal to me. And also as well, if your horse still runs well in defeat but just doesn't quite get there and makes the frame, makes the places, you can get a voucher for a third off, 33% off. So it's not a bad competition. All you need to do is just go to their website. There'll be a link in the description box below, and then you can just follow all the steps from there. But to be part of the competition, you must receive your order by April the 10th. So that's this Saturday, Grand National Day, and then you'll be away, and hopefully all your selections or whoever you nominate will give you a good run for your money, and hopefully maybe some of the tips I'm going to be giving you, you might put in your order. So yeah, that's all you got to do. Just go to the website, go to the checkout, put in your Grand National nominee in the promo code, and then you're entered for the competition. Now, before I give you my thoughts and feelings for the big race on Saturday, this is just a general piece of advice that I give everybody each year, and that's to budget, set and work out a budget, and maybe spread your money around on a few different horses, because you're always going to have a short list of a few horses you like, and it's no good investing all your money in one horse for it then to go and fall at the first. Try and spread it around if you can. So for example, if you're happy to put up £20 for the race, a fair budget, maybe do 4 £2.50 each way bets. So that means you're laying out a fiver on each horse, you know. And it's not a bad way to do it at all, because sometimes you can maybe find the winner or find quite a few place horses, and it means that hopefully you'll still come out on top for the race. And also as well, try and when you are spreading out your bets, maybe to try and take a different range of prices. So maybe go with a horse up towards the top of the betting that you like, and also as well, don't be afraid to throw a left field selection at one at maybe a triple figure price, you know. So stranger things have happened. Back in 2008, I think it was, Mamone won the race at 100 to 1. So these things have happened in the past, and it was only earlier in the week on Easter Monday that we had a 150 to 1 winner of the Irish Grand National. So stranger things have happened. So try and shop around, and don't be scared of a price if one takes your fancy. So that's just a general bit of advice I give everyone each year. But let's get into it then. My 4 selections for the Grand National. I pretty much give everybody 4 tips every year for the race, because like I said, it's always hard to have one strong fancy or just give one tip, but I like to put up a few, just because like I said, it's always a competitive race every year, but I always tend to go for one main pick. But these are the horses that I'll be backing for this year's race. Now, we might as well just get into it with the first one. If you've been following me for the last couple of months, you'll know what my Grand National horse is, and that is Cloth Cap for Tom Scudamore and Jonjo O'Neill. At the time recording on Thursday afternoon, you can back him at 9 to 2, which I don't think is a bad price at all. I know a lot of people saying, oh, he's too short, really, and there's no fun in backing him. Well, I can see the argument for that, but to be honest, I just think he's got every single box in his favour. He's been so impressive this season on his last couple of starts. He won the Ladbroke Trophy at Newbury when he absolutely dotted up, beating a decent field where he beat I Right and the Conditional. That form has been boosted a few times this season, and then he destroyed the field at Kelso in the Premier Chase there, beating some decent rivals, and he had to give a bit of weight away, if I remember, as well. So yeah, he's been running out of his skin this season, and as a result, he's now £14 higher than his official rating that he's going to be running in the race on Saturday. His official weight for the race is 148, but the handicap is now, because of his win at Kelso, he's put him up to a mark of 162. So he's £14 well in, and he's got a really good weight. He likes to be handy as well. He likes to go from the front, and that style of racing can really suit at Aintree. It can be hard sometimes to make up a lot of ground from the back. You don't see too many horses riding out the back, come through the field like a knife through batter. You always want to be in a good position, and I know we'll get that under Tom Scudamore. Maybe the only problem is Tom Scudamore's had so many rides in the race, he's still yet to win, but it might be a good time for him hopefully to do it, and I don't think he'll have a better chance than with Cloth Cap. The ground should be in his favour as well. The trainers won the race in the past. The Connections have obviously got a very good record in the race. He just ticks all the right boxes for me, and to be fair, I think he deserves to be favourite, and I think he could. There's an argument that he could even be shorter. I could make an argument for him to maybe be 3-1, but lots of people are going to say you can't back a 3-1 shot in the Grand National. But then in the last renewal of the race, we had Tiger Roll, who was around about 4-1 if I remember when he won the race. So yeah, I think maybe some of the old trends of the National, if we start to find horses that are just going to come in here with the right profile each year, we could be seeing a few more short price horses turning up each year and possibly winning the race. So maybe the race is starting to change, but I think Cloth Cap, you can't not like him for the race. He's got everything in his favour, and for me, I think he will go very, very close to winning. He'll also stay very well as well. He finished third in the Scottish National, and for me, I just think he's got an outstanding chance. And that's why, yeah, it's not original for putting him up, but that's why I think he'll go very close in the National. We then move on to the next horse on my list, and to be honest, I think he's been a bit disrespected in the market, and that is Bristol De Mai for Daryl Jacob and Nigel Twiston-Davis in the colours of Simon Munir and Isaac Swade. Now, this horse is definitely the class horse in the race, and actually when I was looking at the weight for him, even though he will be shoulder and top weight, he's actually £2 well in here. He's actually got an official rating if he was running in any other race of 169, but his actual weight for the Grand National means he's running off a mark of 167, so he's effectively £2 well in at the weights, and he's 25-1 on the bookmakers, and I thought that was a bit disrespectful. I thought he should be around about a 12-14-1 chance on form. We know he's, like I said, the class act in the race. He finished third in the Cheltenham Gold Cup not long ago behind Albion Photo. Also as well, he's won the Betfair Chase quite a few times now at Haydock, and he's won other grade ones during his career. I think he won a grade one a juvenile hurdle at Chepstow, so he's been a grand servant for Connections over the years, and to me, I just think he's got a lot in his favour, really. Now, he's versatile, I think, on all kinds of ground. I don't think he has to have it attritional. I think that this ground will be absolutely in his favour, and he's a strong stayer as well. And I just think, despite carrying top weight, I think he's got a really big chance in this race of really outrunning his odds. I think he'll give Daryl Jacob a really good spin, and he's a good jumper as well. He's not a flashy jumper, but he's very economical. He gets from A to B, and I can see him running a very good race. Again, you imagine he'll be ridden prominently. He doesn't like coming from miles off the pace. I think he definitely ticks a lot of boxes for me, and I think he brings a touch of class to the race. And I think, like I said there, I think he should be a lot shorter in the betting, but I think people will be overlooking him, and who knows, he might drift out to maybe 33-1 on the day. I could see him maybe being a bit weak, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if he made, say, for example, the first five. So Bristol De Mai is going to be on my shortlist for the race. Moving up the prices now, the next horse on my list that I really like the chances of is Takingrisks for Sean Quinnan and Nicky Richards. Now, this horse is around about 40-1 in the betting, but this horse has got some really decent form next to his name. He won the Sky Bet Chase at Doncaster, closing down I Right, who's been the biggest cliff horse I've ever had during my life. But to be fair, I Right, he deserves to win a big pot, and I'm hoping that's going to be the Scottish National. He's been a great horse for Harriet Graham this season, and there's many good form lines next to his name, including Cloth Cap. So that's another tick in the box. But Takingrisks, this horse does not know when he's beat, and he always seems in these staying chases to hit the line really hard. If you actually go back a little bit further through the form book, he actually won the Scottish National back in 2019, beating Cloth Cap. So that's a good link with him there. and I think this has always been the plan, really, for him to have a crack at this race. He's also as well effective on better ground. I think that will suit him. When the ground's been really testing, we haven't seen him to best effect. But I think going this way round, I think if he can get into a good rhythm under Sean Quinlan, I think he'll be staying on really strongly. And I think he's really hard to rule off my shortlist. But I always seem to get on the wrong side of Takingrisks. I think I've only backed him once when he's only won for me once when I backed him, I should say, when he won at Carlisle a couple of years ago. But Takingrisks, he just fits so many boxes for the race. The only problem is maybe he is a 12-year-old, but older horses can win this race. But like I said, just don't underestimate him. He could be staying on really strongly at the end, and it wouldn't at all surprise me if he at least nicked a place. And I think at 40-1, he represents a good bit of value there. The other horse that I like, but he will have to wait, or he will have to sit and wait, because he's first reserve on the list and will need one to come out and become a non-runner. The horse that I'm hoping will get in, and I think he should get in, is Some Neck for Simon Torrens and John McConnell. Now this horse is 40-1, and I think this horse has got a big race in him. He comes here from the cross country race where he ran a really solid race behind Tiger Roll to finish in third place. I kind of like that angle into the national, coming from the cross country sphere. A lot of the fences in the cross country circuit can be similar to the cross country fences. You need to be agile, you need to be efficient at getting over them, and the fences these days aren't obviously as terrifying as what they used to be. You can get away with a few more mistakes at some of these national fences, but Some Neck has shown some good form so far this season. He actually won the cross country race at Cheltenham back in December, so we know he stays really well, and I think the key to him is good ground. I think he really needs it, and we should be getting that as well. He's around about 40-1 chance of bookmakers at the moment, but I think if he did get in, I think he could be the one for a bit of shrewd money. John McConnell as well is a really good upcoming trainer, starting to get better horses every season, and I think Some Neck, if he did get in, could run a big race. If you were to back him now at 40-1, you should get your money back, because we're now entered the 48-hour stage, and also as well, most firms were doing non-runner no bet if you did put back or put up a horse. So yeah, if you do back him, you should get your money back. But yeah, I think Some Neck, I think there's a good chance he will get in, and for me, I think at 40-1 he represents a good each way bet there. But yeah, going back to my main selection, it is going to be Cloth Cap in the race. I think if he drifts out to maybe 5-1 on Saturday morning, I think I might get stuck into him. But I can see why some people would take no pride in backing him at that kind of price. But like I said, I just think it's really hard to knock him. He's the obvious. He's got everything in his favour. No negatives in my opinion at all. And I think he'll go very close. But I think Bristol De Mai, Takingrisks and Some Neck could all give you a decent run for your money. But away from Cloth Cap, I think it's a really competitive race. I'll just give you a couple of thoughts on a couple of others. For me, Barris saying, not sure about him going this way round. All his best form has come going right-handed. And if you actually saw the Road to Aintree with Ruby Walsh and Lydia Hislop, Lydia, she made a good point, and I went back and watched some of his races. He does have a tendency to jump to his right, which would be a little bit of a worry, especially going this way round. Kimberlite Candy, I'm not sure he's that well handicapped, and I think he would want the ground really testing, and I think he might just lack a little bit of a turn of foot for the national, believe it or not, even though you need to stay all day. He would be he was a horse that I liked for a while, but just thinking about Kimberlite Candy now, he just wouldn't be for me. But yeah, I think, like I said, with our Cloth Cap, Bristol De Mai, Takingrisks and Some Neck, they're going to be my four for the national, and I'll be disappointed if at least one of them couldn't finish in the first 4 or 5. I think they've all got good chances, and I think it's going to be an interesting watch come Saturday afternoon. So that's my thoughts and feelings for the 2021 Grand National. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe here to my YouTube channel at LuckyLoaders15. If you want to follow me on social media, the only place you can do is on Twitter, where my handle is at LuckyLoader15. And if you want to find out a little bit more about myself, my website address is www.chrisloaderracing.co.uk. So please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can find the winner of the Grand National on Saturday, and we'll be seeing you soon.